right, folks, here we go. NSL Season 3. This is a Week 1 matchup. Next Level Gaming versus Maximum Damage. This is Division 3 in place of the Premier Division Sauna versus Titus match, which Sauna forfeited. So we got you another match. Next Level Gaming starting here on Summit North in Atrium, and on the south end, Maximum Damage as Aliens doing a 3-2 split and a 3-2 split for NLG.
Yeah, so it looks like, they're just going to cap res, and the Aliens are going to move through Crossroads here in a pretty big pack to try to pressure these Marines coming out. First blood's going to come from the Marines on the Aliens. Griff is in there. I think that's Griff.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
Nice job, 7% there. Griff taking down Can. And now JJ is going to go down as these 3 Skulks and a Drifter move into Reactor Core.
Yeah, and this poor single Marine may be able to get some good shots on this. Definitely not going to take away 3 Skulks with Enzyme. And then Enzyme's going to help those 3 Skulks eliminate the RT pretty fast, unless Griff can get the right shot on these guys.
Oh, nice. They still, too late on Griff saving that RT. They still take that down. RT harassing by Evil over in Crevice on the other side of the map. 2 Marines, Polly and Lurkinoff. I love that name. Coming down into Computer Lab as they move into the main hive and start the pressure here up against Vol.
Yeah, and then typically early tech point pressure is not that wise against the Aliens. I mean, maybe you'll get the eggs down, but really pressuring the RTs is more important because the Aliens can always come back with just the slightest little advantage.
Oh yeah, I agree. I mean, and it's also overextending your Marine. If you're going to extend that far into the map, I mean, you got to be very, very confident in your Marines' play. I mean, look at this. They're cleaning up Maximum Damage Aliens pretty well here in the fight and flight control, leaving Ben and Lurkinoff alive. I think they only lost 1 Marine in that engagement. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, JJ and Griff doing a little bit of RT harassing here in ventilation.
And not just that, they took down the gorge that was there. He only got 1 Hydra play, so there's no defense. Here comes Kakadaf. Okay, this is really going to be a long game. Pulsella and Math. I'm just going to call him Math.
Yeah, just Math. Those guys get cleared out there in ventilation. Lurkinoff and Ben in Computer Lab. You guys are seeing from the view from Ben as he walks in to Computer Lab, and a couple of Aliens down the corridor with a Drifter there. Gorge spitting also down the corridor as as a Skulk comes in.
Wow, an Evil Bob on Maximum Damage is at 800 to 900 ping. And this server, everybody's starting. Simba now at 900 ping. I think we've got a problem with this box.
Looks like it. I don't know. We don't really have a ref in here, so that's actually going to be down to us. So we're going to have to kind of see what's going on with the server, see if it calms down a bit. Evil now taking down the RT here in Crevice. We got Math, Vol, and Can trying to take down this. Is that a yellow plug? What's that?
I've never seen a yellow plug.
Oh, I have. I don't know. I got those all the time. Harvester going down in ventilation now. Griff and JJ making short work of that as Math and Vol come around the corner. 2 spurs now have been completed for Maximum Damage.
So the benefit right now is by eliminating the single RT there, it puts the Aliens down to 2 Harvesters, which means the fades have just been delayed by probably a good minute and a half at this point. If they can get a 3rd Harvester back up, it puts them back on track pretty fast. And you can see that they have, a Gorge and a Drifter here in ventilation helping to rebuild. But the Marines are capping res all over the map right now.
Oh, yeah. They have such a strong position right now. Maximum Damage is, it looks like they're taking a lot of time to figure out what to do. I mean, just a little bit ago, you saw all of them just kind of in sub-access. You see the Marines all over the map, and MD was just sitting there kind of figuring out what to do. They have made a little bit of a move into Reactor Core where Evil and Vol take down that RT again. So even though NLG has been high on RTs and capping all over the place, they have lost 4 RTs versus Maximum Damage just 1. And if I remember correctly, back to Snails versus Sauna on their Alien game really won those games with really holding 3 Harvesters almost the entire match and not losing one, right? They just had a steady flow of resources coming in, whereas Snails kept losing them, kept having to rebuild. This may be happening to NLG. However, they are up to 6 right now, fast capping back those RTs with MD still on 3. Look at the res graph right now and the disparity here in resource towers.
Yeah, and Next Level Gaming now has 2 players at 999 ping. You know, so this really is going to be quite an interesting game. They're spreading into Crossroads, at least trying to, but the problem they've got here is there's 2 Marines guarding in here. They're not popping assists, which is easy takeaway res from the alien team. Pressure coming over in ventilation, though, while the Lurk is trying to get those Marines down enough, but they just, you know, take pot shots from down the hallway.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. Like, I mean, right now you see Griff and JJ moving into ventilation. One of them is taken down. Griff is the only one left. I mean, we look at this map. You know, what you said about popping sis, too, I mean, that is so annoying for an alien commander because, you know, just how long, it's longer now for Infestation to grow, right? So it's just really more annoying. Simba now says can't really
I think we're going to need to
anything.
do something about this.
They may need to switch servers at this point.
I think we should tell them to, because everybody on these teams is jumping all over the place.
I don't know actually if there's another server available with so many matches going on right now. Lurkinoff and Ben moving back into flight control. Vol taking down the RT there in Crossroads. Grenade started, Armor 2 started. Observatory now has been completed. So Ben and Lurkinoff moving down from flight control into comp lab, meeting Vol and Kaku. Oh, these names. And they cleaned up quite nicely.
Yeah, I don't see any open.
FaceTech now has started for NLG. Oh, and we have already, that probably happened just a bit ago, but we already have, I believe, someone dropped from maximum damage, and I believe they're going to try to reconnect. With Sabi, you're at 545. Something definitely must be wrong with this box.
Yeah, and that just keeps red plugging in. Now they've lost Evil Bob. I think we're going to need to find a new server.
They need to type to them and see if they want to, because I mean we are past the 2-minute mark.
Yeah, but server disconnect issues trump the rule for the reset.
Yeah,
because they were happening from the beginning too.
Ben and Lurkinoff here in computer lab taking down that harvester there. We're seeing that Math and Kaku have moved into computer lab to try to fend these guys off. Great kill there by Math just from behind on Ben. They have reestablished some sys control here in flight control. Vol taking down that RT. Look at this. 6 RTs down from NLG versus just 2 harvesters for maximum damage. I mean, rebuilding RTs costs a lot of money, though. They've been able to keep them up for quite some time. So look at all the research that NLG has been able to pump out. Weapons 2 now coming out. Armor 2 is already out. Phase tech, shotguns out, hand grenades. They're just pumping out more techs. Maximum damage on just 1 harvester right now, which is really going to help them. They're also down. They've been down a player for quite some time.
Yeah, the thing that maximum damage needs to remember, though, as aliens, is that taking down the Marine res is just as crucial as Marines taking down their harvesters. And when you have like 2 or 3 guys in Crossroads building that armory like they did, you should have been on, you know, reactor and data core right away instead of, you know, kind of tapping into Crossroads a little bit to see what they're doing. Because if you can take down that res, even if they get the phase gate up, it is aggressive, but it's the center of the map. So they're not right at your tech point.
Yeah. See Paulie moving up to save this RT in crevice up against the Vol. with a shotgun. Vol ends up taking down the extractor as he escapes way through the vents. And he's going to move right into the main base. Just jump right through, just kind of being annoying there. And move to reactor core.
Red plugged again.
I have not red plugged yet, but we got now 2 players 999 on NLG side. We may, they may end up just finishing this out and then switching servers for the next round. I mean, obviously we're gonna need to. They are now on 5 versus 5, and Wasabi, you are now on a 999.
That's how I roll, baby. I love seeing every 10th frame of what the action is.
We're seeing Reactor Core RT is going down by Vol. He takes that down, Math, as that lurk coming in, peeking into flight control and leaving. Advanced Armory now is done by NLG. Lurking off here in Reactor Core. Look, he's moving like every 2 seconds, this poor guy. This is ridiculous.
So at 11 minutes in, we've got the fade up. We've got another fade probably incoming. Again, these teams are at 5v5 right now. Alien infestation spreading throughout most of the lower part of the map. They have the phase gate up in Crossroads, and they have weapons 2, armor 2, grenades, and shotguns, as well as the advanced army. So they're going right for that proto, I think.
Yeah, I mean, they established some control there in the center of the map. We got Kaku, Vol there. I'm sorry, coming into Reactor Core and moving into the main base. What happened?
I saw him hit Reactor Core, just stay still, and next thing I know they're in main base.
Kaku takes down JJ. And there comes the beacon. These guys are going to get out of here before these Marines beacon back to the base. They have established a phase gate there in Computer Lab. Great phase gate locations right now. Easy to beacon and get right back out on the map and continue to apply that pressure.
And, you know, the commander probably knew that. He knew they were building that phase gate. He waited till just the right time. When it's just fades on hardware back at base, there's no reason to rush a beacon. You don't need it. He probably could have even just let them phase back in. But, you know, it's fine. He has the res at this point, sitting on 5 extractors.
Yeah, we will definitely, I know guys, you're seeing the pings and all that stuff. We will definitely be changing servers after this map. These 2 teams are just going to fight it out. See what happens. Oh, Lurk going down there in Computer Labs. Oh, there's Superstars. We got our ref in here.
Superstars has 0 ping. I object.
Hacks. All right, and now we're seeing here that NLG has completely taken over Computer Lab, slowly but surely with this pings. Frame by frame, they have taken over Computer Lab. Vol now up against Ben here in Crossroads as that fade gets a couple shots on him. He gets half health and gets out of there quite wisely. We're seeing Can as a Gorge bio-bombing the Reactor Core RT. But NLG is in a very, very strong position against maximum damage at this point. So we're seeing Kaku come in with Vol here up against JJ, up against his base here in Comp Lab. They're going to turn this phase gate into a meat grinder. It's going to take them forever as fades to take down this Crossroads. You can see they're already low on energy based on their swipes. Nice job on the quick nano shield as that Marine phases through. And you saw...
also see the aliens are power building in data core, so they're trying to get that hive up. They've got a Gorge and the Drifter on it with a shift as well. So that hive's going to be up, but you can see they're starting to build arcs here in Computer Lab, and the assault is going to be on down in sub-access.
In Crevice, Math on 50% on that RT. We see Sis moving all the way into the main base just to kind of be just a little annoying. Pauly not cutting any of these Sis as he moves into Reactor Core. We're seeing that the 2 fades have moved into Comp Lab. Prototype Lab has been completed. NLG is going to probably go for jetpacks pretty soon here. and shut down this game. If they do, I mean, maximum damage is going to be really out-teched. Their data core hive just finished. This may give them a little bit of a leg up, but I don't know. In terms of economy, NLG is way too far ahead.
Next Level Gaming has held pretty much 5 extractors this entire game, and they just have so much tech. And look at the personal resources as well. 68, 44, 35, 68, 36. They've got money to spare.
Yeah.
And these fades are just not taking anybody down, so they're not losing their weapons. And now you got 3 arcs ready to push down the sub-access with 3 guys with jetpacks. Probably soon. Jetpacks, yeah. Jetpacks are about a minute and a half away.
Yeah, and we're seeing Vol and Kaku move into Computer Lab. They do see that those arcs are on their way, so they're probably calling that out right now just to get some sort of defense here for their sub-access hive. But I think these guys are going to wait for jetpacks to actually push in. Math on the flight control RT, that's going to drop them down to 4 if he actually takes that down. These guys, a short way in Computer Lab, are not even worrying about that RT at this point.
You know, what's interesting is, like, you don't even need the jetpacks. This is such a good location for arcs if you've got the right pressure. And with 2-2 and the arcs in place, you can set the arcs up and then just stand behind them so that if anybody gets nearby, you've got those shotguns ready to just annihilate any alien that tries to push your line.
Well, guys, we just found out that we have another server lined up, so after this is over, we're going to go to a new server with a better ping. This is basically, I mean, I just like to say there's one member on each side in this 5 versus 5 match that are spiking to 999, so this is really a 4 versus 4.
And a caster at 999, so he's catching every 8th minute.
This is really a first, actually. I've never had like this bad server issues, you know, on any cast. So this is quite interesting to say the least. So we do see that these arcs are coming in to sub-access. Jetpacks are done.
So they're going gorges. They have the gorge upgrades, which means they've got Bile Bomb. The arcs don't even really have to get that close to do damage, but they've got to be able to stop these gorges from coming in.
Yeah.
And it looks like they're not going to be able to.
Very nice. There goes the arcs. Ben and JJ now, weapons 3 almost done. They have jetpacks here, right outside in this corridor, right outside sub-access. Just going to make it really hard. There's a Polly with a flamethrower. Throwing cluster grenades all over the place. There goes an armory down in Comp Lab. Can, Kaku, Vol. I mean, I don't think maximum damage at any point right now can go offense. They really have to defend this hive. And it looks like it's going to go down pretty soon here on the next NLG push. There's more arcs being pumped out. You know, if you want to do an arc strategy, you got to have a very, very strong economy, which NLG does. So they're just going to pump out arcs all day, set them right here, try to use these Marines to kill all these gorges so they can't get bile bombed, and then just take down this hive, which is at 91%. All the upgrades here on the right side of sub-access. Bad playing plus Artigo's longest game ever. I don't know. I think this is going to be over pretty soon. It's only 18 minutes into this round. Obviously, I casted Fight Clan and Renegade. They were at 50-plus minutes. Lurkinoff is trying to get back in to NLG. He's trying to reconnect. He's at 999 ping right now. He's currently connecting. And there comes Can and Frog around the corner. So Frog, JJ taking him down. And the arcs are just going to continue firing as these Marines make a shotgun wall as these guys come around the corner. And there we go. The arcs are on their way. They are all deployed.
And we talked about that. This is what you have to do is you don't have to get the arcs very far into the room. You can protect them by creating this barrier here. The fades are really all they've got. You know, Can is coming around as Gorge, trying to bile bomb, do some damage, but, you know, these guys are in a much better position this time.
these arcs, I mean, Pauly is in the back trying to repair these arcs as the bio bombs come around the corner. 60% on this hive. We got one Marine in data core, really low health. That's going to be Simba. Looks like he's just lagging. And they lost another. They lost Lurkanoff. He tried to join. Oh, he's in there. Oh, another person actually joined. Scout 255. So it looks like they swapped out somebody in the middle of the match. And Pauly now up around the corner. All these Marines got taken out. Ball is almost out. The hive is down. And there we go.
And it looks like while all this happened, the arms lab was actually taken out in main base, as I'm seeing red icons down below. So they did get a Skulk up there, and well played by the Skulk to get up there and eliminate that. They're going to lose these arcs. But with the hive down, they have enough to put it back up. Their upgrades are now dying because there's no infestation.
They have one lone arc at 12% doing his job, trying to take down that harvester. Can is the only one in that room, and here comes the rest of NLG. Can better get out of there. He's going to lose that gorge. Oh, they don't even care about him. They just went straight for the upgrades. Arms lab has been rebuilt. Exoskeletons now have started. And look at all these upgrades being lost.
Yeah, it's pretty harsh to have all of your upgrades at one tech point, all in an open space like that. But a pushback to Marine start, at least what I think is a pushback to Marine start, because I can't see anything in Marine start.
There was a there was two fades and a skulk, but they got pushed away with that beacon.
I literally heard the beacon for 15 minutes.
MD's leaving. So we are going to move on to another server. Next Level Gaming wins that round one, which was questionably a match due to the pings.
How did you get pinged this bad?
Now I got a red plug.
Welcome to the club.
Now I got a red plug at the end.
Well, that was interesting.
Alright, so obviously we're going to need another server.
We're going to need another boat.
Yeah.
I think SARS says that he got another server lined up.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah,
please,
that was
please.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, our commander couldn't do anything.
It's alright.
And I'm sure their players couldn't do anything either.
We were letting everyone, all the viewers, know that the pings were pretty bad. At one point, because of the pings and the player drops, it was 4 versus 4. So it's quite interesting to see.
Wow.
But anyway, see you guys in the new server.
Alright.
Alright, where are we going? Red Ombre.
We are going to go to a new server here, guys. Alright, guys, so yeah, about 140 of you kind of witnessed some semblance of a match. Not to take anything away from NLG's win, but let's face it, red plugs all over the place, the box was going crazy, and obviously Wasabi himself, I mean, he was catching about 1/10 of all the action on the map, you know, saying, hey, alright, the fades are attacking, blah, 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 and it's just like, Wasabi, that happened 10 minutes ago. So, pings all over the place, just being really horrible. Really horrible. Okay, so we're going to move to a new server that works and get that started. Okay. I'm going to figure that out. And while that is being figured out, I'm going to leave you in the capable hands of Wasabi1.
You don't want to go to the bathroom.
Well, I
this
head
is a
to
live
the bathroom.
broadcast.
I don't care.
Where is your can below the desk?
Yeah, because all procasters have that.
They do.
Yeah, they do. All right, be right back.
All right, folks. So, yeah, we're watching Next Level Gaming versus Maximum Damage. We're going to go to a second round on Summit, where Next Level Gaming will play their Alien round. And we'll see if maximum damage can bring it back as Marines to go 1-1 in this series so far. We'll then switch to, I believe, Zombie, which will be quite interesting to watch. Hopefully, we're going to fix these ping issues here in just a moment. And that should prove to be a little bit better game. I think what we saw there before the ping started getting crazy was that these teams were pretty decently matched. Next Level Gaming did pull out a little bit of the advantage attacking the res early on, but that didn't stop maximum damage from coming back and taking res when they could. But the early loss of Evil Bob, and then a couple minutes later the loss of the 6th player for Next Level Gaming definitely turned things around quite a bit. And it should be noted that the 6th player left for Next Level Gaming was actually their commander. So one of the other players jumped into command, and that is the way it went. So we're just waiting to find out what this new server is, as it looks like Red Dog is back. I have no idea what the password is to this, though. I'm going to take a gander. Wasn't that? I need the password, Red Dog. I know he's back. He's just playing with me.
I am now back.
I need you to hit me up with that password, hombre.
Yes.
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 There you go.
Okay.
Okay, so I think everyone's joining now. So I'm just gonna, oops, no, hold on. Start a vote. And we are going to change the map back. Whoa, okay. What is going on? Is the server? Am I pinging just really high?
I don't know. I haven't joined yet. I'm pre-caching. I'm precautioning.
I think I'm gonna need to reload. Okay, good. Definitely reload. Okay. So we are starting the second round here. NLG, if you're just joining us, this is Next Level Gaming versus Maximum Damage. This is NSL Division 3. We just saw NLG take round 1 in a questionable match on a laggy server. They just finished out the map, so we're moving on to a better server. Wasabi looks tired. Just yawned.
Yeah. Wasabi yawns a lot because Wasabi doesn't sleep very much at night.
Alright, move into spectate. There we go. And
I'm precautioning.
we are going to put up the team.
Because someone was really rude and changed the map as soon as I entered the other one, so... Oh my god, 200 ping, yay!
There we go. We're going to put that up, and it looks like we are good. This server looks good.
Alright, I'm excited. Get to see a game.
I am too. All my auto tweets too have all been
Titus.
have all been Titus and Solomon. Whoops.
Titus and Solomon have decided to murk under different names today.
Okay, I'm just gonna put this NLG versus. Okay, so it looks like we are good. We got good pings all around. Well, good enough. Yeah, I know. Lurkinoff had a 20-minute red plug.
Oh, I got you beat, Lurkinoff.
Yeah. Simba's like, apparently I researched an advanced armory. Oh boy. Alright. So, anyways, guys, we are going to continue moving on here. The teams are joining the new server, and we're going to have a regular matchup pretty shortly. Let's just look at the lineup if anything has changed. Maximum Damage, Kaku, Evilbot, Vol, Can, Math, and Zvrog. We also got for Next Level Gaming, Simba, Lurking Off, Polly, Jay, Griff, and Scout. And it looks like pings are good. Everything's good. Did your chat freeze, by the way? Your Twitch chat, is it still moving for you?
It's been like a minute since I've seen an update. Twitch chat, you know, I'm hoping with the server upgrades they're doing right now with partnering with Intel will drastically improve their chat. But they use IRC, so I think they don't even host their own chat stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so Next Level Gaming is all in. We're waiting for one more member from MD, and we are set to go. I wanted to thank Superstars for getting this together, getting the next server ready.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Superstars.
Superstars.
I can't believe we're thanking a deadly disease, but, you know, thank you. So it looks like Maximum Damage is just waiting for their final player to join up.
I still am reeling at the fact about the whole Sana Titus thing. I cannot believe that. Cannot believe that.
That's why rules are in place. You know, it's like, it's kind of one of my pet peeves about scheduling and everything. It's why the rule exists for the confirmed games if a team shows up. Because it's not fair to a team that makes the effort to get there and do everything if the other one just shows up at the last second and says, "Oh, we're not going to play. Let's reschedule." So, and I don't just say that because, you know, I sponsor Team Titus. I think they did make the right move in saying, you know, no, you're going to take the forfeit if you're not going to play because it's one Merc, not two. And, you know, we're here ready to play and we're going to lose one of our best players.
Yeah.
Next week, so we don't want to reschedule. And the other thing, I'm not trying to call out Sonoman, and I don't want you guys to think that I'm, like against Sonoman because I love.
I'm sure
their
they
team.
have their reasons.
But when you're 8 hours ahead of time, and you're, I'm betting he's had computer problems this afternoon because they haven't been practicing. If you're 8 hours ahead of the team you're going to play, and you're having problems, message him early in the morning.
Yeah,
we probably could have resolved all this.
Yeah, it could have been known way early. Oh well. I mean, lesson learned for next time. So hopefully,
at the end of the day, Red Dog, my day is made because I got to banter with you for 44 minutes,
and we're still bantering, by the way.
We're still bantering. I mean, but that 44 minutes, I will cherish that 44 minutes because you know what, bro. We're not in Seattle. We don't get to go, out to the bars anymore. And so we have to do it all over the internet, and it's just weird.
Uh-oh. I think my Twitch chat is bugged. Yep. It says, sorry, we're unable to connect to chat. Reconnecting and... Yup. I figured it was bugged. I haven't seen a chat in about 9 minutes, so...
Oh, mine just updated a little bit. Because people are complaining about Nightbot, like normal.
All right, here we go.
Prediction.
All right, guys, this is an unlag matchup. Very excited for this now. I am so excited that there's not going to be any lag in this. Maximum Damage starting as Marines here in Atrium. Next Level Gaming starting down as Aliens. Next Level Gaming took game 1 in a lag fest. And we're going to keep going with this. So, Maximum Damage doing a 2-2 split versus a 3-2 for NLG.
These 3 skulks are going to move through flight and through the vent there to Summit Reception. And this poor group out here in Crevice looks to be the target.
Yeah, Kaku and Can, I mean, they have to know that there's a bunch of aliens just on the roof here. We're just going to see what this looks like as they come around the corner here. Oh, hello, Ben. And Ben looks like he's going to take a jump. Up for the last one. There we go. Kaku goes down. Can ends up biting the dust as well.
And they're easily going to take Crevice now. There's no one even respawned yet. They did invest in 2 IPs and an early OBS with that armory. So they've invested a lot of money back at Marine's start, as well as the 2 extractors. They're going to lose the first one. And it looks like the aliens lost that early engagement in reactor core, and the Marines have moved up to data core.
Yeah, it sucks losing an RT so early in the game when early resources are pretty much really crucial to your expansion, to your first upgrades that you go for. Really interesting, you called out earlier that they went for a quick OBS.
I mean, early phase gates don't really do you any advantage, because if you lose them, it's a big res sink. It's better to go for the upgrades, in my opinion. Drop the arms lab first, and this is what will happen.
You know what I've been seeing actually with the new build a lot, you know, before it was always like, you know, you got to rush armor, right? I have been seeing, instead of armor, I've been seeing weapon and shotgun upgrades, phase gates before, like, armor 1 or armor 2, which is odd. Seen that in a couple matches, and it's actually worked out.
Well, I mean, if you drop the arms lab right away, it really depends on how you win your engagement. If you win your engagement real quickly and handily as Marine, go weapons 1. It's going to give you just that much more advantage to win it even faster.
Yeah.
If you're taking a lot of damage and still winning, though, go for armor 1, just to make sure that you are protected a little bit more. Now you got 3 Marines over here in computer lab. Polly's the only one here to defend, and they're not popping the cyst, which is the first thing you should always hit by this harvester. If there's only one, it's going to give you just that much more time to defend while the harvester takes damage.
Yeah, and you know what? Without infestation, harvesters actually drop health pretty quickly. You can get it down to about half or a little less than half, and if it doesn't have infestation, it's probably
Base rush.
Yeah, we
Base
see lurking
rush.
off Jay and Griff moving in to Atrium.
That OBS is going to catch him. And if they can get on the OBS quickly enough, Griff was out of control there, but it looks like
they do.
goes down. 2 Marines moving in from reactor core. They are chomping on his chair as fast as they can. Commander out now. 3 Marines in here. 49% on the chair. If they can take down these Marines, but down go the Skulks. 46% is going to force a weld, which is going to hold people back. The respawn's going to hold people back. And now those Marines had to move completely out of position. And they did take computer lab, but it's getting rebuilt already.
That was a great move by NLG, pushing MD back. I mean, in almost in time, in tech, everything there, giving NLG the advantage. Really low harvester count so far in the game, and we're seeing that both teams have been stuck on about 2 or 3 for most of the game. Can and Kaku here in computer lab. Can taking down JJ, Ben taking down Can, and the NLG ends up winning that engagement as these guys move into flight control. On the other side of the map, we got Vol and Evilbot moving through into reactor core, down probably into data core to meet Math. Ooh, looking off, taking some bullets to the face by Evil. Griff on the power. Nice shooting there. That was from across the room.
So the commander did go for phase tech. He lost his OBS, had to rebuild it back at base. They have the phase gate up at base, and I'm guessing Evil Bob's going to build a phase gate here in Crossroads any second, and that is going to be their move out point. They've lost res. They've lost 3 extractors to the 1 harvester in computer lab, and the harvester was only down for about a minute, so the aliens are still on track for 8-minute fades.
Math and Vol here in data core holding this off. That phase gate you saw just went up a few seconds ago. Kaku on the south end, Evilbot and Can moving on the northwest into Summit, trying to save the Crevice RT from lurking off. I think Can's going to actually be able to do that. And he does. JJ over in reactor core. Math coming in there. Just checking things out as JJ was chomping on that RT and then moved away. Math is going to end up repairing that up. Lurk out on the field in the form of Ben, who just went lurk a second ago. Oh!
And Bob get a great kill against the Lurk in here.
Flash
Way
Lurk.
overcommit.
Yeah.
And wasn't
Sorry,
paying
there.
attention. And you can't just drift when you see those two Marines. You better crank on that space bar to get out of there.
Yeah, I mean, that was really bad. Ben just loses that. Good job from Maximum Damage from taking out that life form way in the beginning of the game. 31 res for 1, 2, 3, 4 of NLG's aliens. Base rush happening in Atrium, gets pushed away, 34% on the OBS, 99% on the CC.
You know, and well played by Maximum Damage here, even over in ventilation. You know, taking advantage of the distance of this hallway to protect himself against the Skulk, waiting to hit him when he ran out of bullets. He takes down the Harvester, they take down Computer Lab, and where it looked like Next Level Gaming had been pulling this back and hitting res correctly, it's now completely switched sides.
Yeah.
3-3 for Harvesters and Extractors lost. They got the phase gate up in Crossroads. He hasn't dropped an arms left. He just dropped it in base. It's getting built. And he's got 4 active Extractors. If they just pull back a little bit, rebuild flight, make sure they get data core going on, I think they're going to be in a good position.
That was a massive move there from NLG and Computer Lab. About 4 of them taking down those 2 Marines, and they are moving into Crossroads. 40% on here on this base gate. They do take it down really quick. Nice move there. They knew they needed to take maximum damage mobility off the field. They do take that down as Kaku and Can come around through Crevice.
It's a disappointment because I actually think that Math and Volcella would have been better advantage to put up an aggressive phase gate and ventilation. Stop the res flow completely for the aliens on the right side of the map. Allow you to defend data core a lot easier because you know that's where they're going to go next from Crossroads. Otherwise, they did pull back Crossroads. They're going to take it. They won the engagement Crevice. They're going to put the phase gate back up and be right back to the position they were, maybe losing 1 extractor in data.
Yep, the Extractor is at 24%. I don't think Math is going to be there in time. Lurkinoff is going to end up taking that down. This so far, I mean, NLG is down to 2 Harvesters. Let me just look at the team kills. I mean, 31 to 12. I mean, look at just the engagements that Maximum Damage is winning.
Yeah,
Look
even
at
in this
Kaku!
situation, my God, that man just could not die.
That was
And
awesome.
number 1 going on right at the right time. They take out 4 Skulks. I mean, that's too much. You know, if you're losing that much in engagement, you're in big trouble. They do take a move towards Reactor Core, but 2 Marines in here easily able to take down the 1 Skulk. And they're just going to recap res because they know Computer Lab's going to be in a lot of trouble. Evil Bob.
I mean, NLG right now with just their spur traits, they have Gorge upgrades. They only have 2 biomass, so they're not really profiting much from that expenditure. Pauly here up against Can in flight control. Can actually welds him! Can takes him down with a welder kill.
Shotgun's now coming out. Weapons 1 almost complete. And again, with 5 extractors online, you know, decent res flow coming in for the Marines. He's just got to be really cautious when he's below 10 to be dropping med packs and such on the Marines. Someone's got to get to Reactor Core, but Crevice also. So there's pressure on the RTs while the Marines are totally out of position. There should not be 4 people in Computer Lab.
This is way too many people. I mean, they got to book it to Crossroads if anything happens. Okay, there goes the phase gate here in Comp Lab, which is going to give them perfect mobility back to the base. There's Ben in the base chomping on the observatory. But look, they build that, phase right back through.
Yeah, see, I think at that point it would have been better for Ben just to stay on the RT and Crevice. They would have been in a much worse position to have to rebuild that, as well as the Reactor Core. They should not have gone for base, knowing that they just lost to 4 guys in Computer Lab, because 4 guys can power build a phase gate almost instantly.
Yeah. Now they're just going to hang out, probably build the res here in Comp Lab. In a way, and there goes down the robotics factory.
Turning the tides on Next Level Gaming, huh?
They're just going to do the same thing that NLG did to them in the last laggy match. They're kind of like, you know what, we can do this unlagged. So, in a way, I'm kind of, like, Maximum Damage looks like they have the upper hand in this match. It looks like it's going well for them, and they may win. unless NLG can pull off a miracle at this point. But that would, if they do win, that would bring the score up to 1-1, which would be even and going into a next match. And I think everyone, you know, after that first laggy match, everyone would kind of like to see that happen, just so we can, you know, it's 1-1, we can go to the next map, and that could really decide. There's no lag or anything, right? So I think that will be a little bit better. I mean, Maximum Damage looks right now that they're definitely well ahead at this
the Arc
point.
Factory is now online. Nano Shield being researched, which is going to help those arcs if they choose to push up. No, well, let's see. There are Gorge upgrades available. So they do have Gorge upgrades now online. They're taking out Data Core and Reactor Core Res, but it looks like Vol got to Reactor Core in time to save it. So, yeah, I mean, these aliens are in a tough spot because there's not a lot they're going to be able to do. They're just now at the 40 res mark. They could choose to go Fade with no upgrades, which might be their only option.
To push out of this, they're going to need a miracle. They don't even have, I mean, you see those arcs being pumped out and moving into position. 2 of them are moving. Hand grenades are out. There goes.
Egg lock.
Oh, God. All the upgrades. 1 egg left. 2 NLG left in here.
Commander's out of the hive, so he's not even researching, you know, more eggs to drop. And, you know, this is a tough position. Really tough position.
Yeah, they don't have Biomass 3, which means they don't have Bile Bomb unlocked. There's some eggs being spawned right now by the Commander.
You can see Lurkinoff is going to go Fade. Griff is going to go Fade. They're going to try to do this, but they're just giving way too much time for more tech to come out. And the 3 arcs are about ready to roll out. And we know that these Fades are not, you know, anything to be scared of when it comes to the arcs because they can't kill them fast enough.
Yeah. And against these Fades are going to be up against, you know, Weapons 1, Armor 1, shotguns. I mean, you got Nano Shield. You got everything that the... you know, actually, what I haven't seen dropped a lot, because I think it's pretty expensive, Catalyst packs. And
Catalyst packs are really expensive, and they don't
insanely expensive.
give a ton of advantage. Oh, look, they're actually going for the res node first because the arcs, I don't believe, can hit the hive from this distance.
Yeah,
no, they can't.
It's a little bit far.
They need to be up by about 5 more feet here in this room. And those Fades, without upgrades, taking so much damage from those shotguns in that room. And they've all got welders. Smart move would even be to put an armory here to kind of block this position. He's got the, you know, the res flow to do it if he wanted to. Now holding 7 extractors.
Oh, wow. Can and Vol coming around the corner with what's that, flamethrowers.
And gas, nerve gas.
Oh,
and you
boy.
can see it looks like they're actually going to go for a Marine Start push to try to pull them back. And they could arc if they wanted to right now and then beacon back and rush back to protect. And now they're positioned for the hive.
Yep. And now all of NLG is in Atrium right now. Trying to do some sort of move. Oh, and Lurkinoff does die as that Fade right here.
Commander continuing to scan at the hive and sub-axis, taking it down to 44% with the arc hit. The Gorge egg there, but no Gorges around. And this is just, this is game. I mean, there's nothing they can do.
That was it. I mean, they went, there we go. Good game by Simba. We knew that was coming. They tried to do whatever they could up against the Atrium base, but just could not hold it out. So we're going to move on to Jambi, which is the next map. Maximum Damage wins. This goes 1-1.
And what do we say every time we switch to Jambi, Fjord?
I don't know. What do we say?
Mecca lecca hi, mecca hiney ho. And I know that you're old enough to know why we say that.
I think I am. All right, so we are going to vote for the next map here.
Oh my god, look at this egg. This egg is tiny. Why is this egg so small? I've seen giant egg in the ready room, but I've never seen a small egg in the ready room.
Let's see what we got. Where's this egg?
It's gone.
Oh.
He didn't like people making fun of him, so he went and turned himself into something.
Vote pass. So we're gonna. Oh, it looks like we're gonna change servers.
Really?
Don't know why. So, I believe my chat.
Mine's working. Hello, Ozilla and Dangio.
My chat is intermittently working. Like it'll do like a few people and then it'll stop forever. But yeah, maybe I can try to reload it. See what that does. Maybe reload the chat. And let me talk to Superstars. So in that last matchup, guys, you guys just saw Maximum Damage methodically take out NLG. Now, NLG was doing really well in the beginning, biting RTs. A lot of those early engagements went their way, but after Maximum Damage kind of like shrugged that off, they just came down on both sides of the map, and then that massive push from Comp Lab with the flamethrowers, and I don't even think the flamethrowers went into the hive at that point, so they just took it out basically with those arcs, and NLG had no other way but to call GG on that and move on to the next map, which is Jambi. And yeah, I'm having trouble
Say it, Red
connecting
Dog.
to the...
Say it, Red Dog.
I'm not gonna say it.
Say it.
I want to know if we're... Wait, let me just ask him. Are we staying here or going to a new server?
Going to USC server for sure.
US East? Okay.
USA, USA.
NSL East 1 has already got 13 players in it. So
Yeah. Okay, well, I'll have to follow one of these guys in as we get started here. Switch to NA East. Okay. NA East number 2.
yeah, it doesn't show up on the list for me.
Alright, yeah, there's definitely something wrong with my chat. I reloaded my chat screen and it's just reconnecting. So, oh wells. I'm glad yours is working. I have no idea what anyone's saying. What was that?
I was thinking of your name when I was typing in the password, so I typed your name as the password. I'm like, that's not it.
All right, guys.
That
Well,
is-
I hope you're really enjoying today. I know if you're just coming here and you're kind of like, what the hell? Where's Titus and Sonoman? Who the hell are Maximum Damage and NLG and Next Level Gaming?
Cooler teams.
Yeah, teams that play. Oh.
Admittedly, Titus was ready to play.
Yeah, so this is obviously Titus and Sonoman was supposed to play. Sonoman forfeited because one of their players had computer problems. They decided not to grab a Merc, and decided to take the forfeit. So, with that being said, we found that Next Level Gaming and Maximum Damage was going to go off pretty soon. This is an NSL Division 3 matchup, so we're happy to bring this to you as well. As you can see on the top right of the screen, the chat is not working on my end. It just keeps reconnecting, auto reconnecting on its own. So sorry about that to you YouTube viewers who always tell me that they love seeing the chat. There are a lot of viewers of and a lot of fans of Natural Selection 2 Competitive that watch my matches on my YouTube channel that can never make any of the live shows, so they really like to see what you guys have to say, which
Sounds
is why
like
the chat screen is up
excuses
there.
to me.
Yeah,
You
call
know,
off work, watch
when
some
I-
NS2.
No, when I play with 8 monitors so that I can watch every stream and play at the same time. I mean, it's the only way to do it, man.
My chat says, sorry, we're unable to connect to chat 5 times, and the last one is now reconnecting in 108 seconds.
Yeah, it just builds
Just
that
keeps going, yeah.
timeout timer longer and longer and longer. I think Red Dog's OP and he connected to his chat too many times.
That's probably the case.
Jambi.
All right, so we're on Jambi again here.
We're on what?
Jambi.
And what do you mean?
Jambi.
Say it.
Hakalana. No.
Oh, come on. One internet dollar to the first person that we can actually read in chat that can tell us what that's from.
Oh, you're gonna be able to see that for me.
Maybe. Mine looks like it froze, but it's not saying it's reconnecting, so who knows? Everybody else.
This is so bad. This happens like every weekend.
It's almost like we should set up our own, chat server.
Yeah. I wonder if I'll be able to connect to chat through my dashboard. Oh! Oh! I just refreshed my dashboard! 2 people away! 2 people away!
Oh, well, it does sometimes do that. Sometimes if you log out and log back in, it can re-authenticate properly.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Very exciting.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
2 people away, guys. From 900 followers.
Wow. You've really ramped up the last week, haven't you?
It's just because of the front page.
Hey, but you know what? You asked for it, you got it. I mean, and that's what's really important here, Red Dog.
That is. I
you
shine a lot of
efforts.
shoes. I shine a lot of shoes over at Twitch. Alright, let me put the scores up here. 1-1. And the chat says welcome to the chat room. So it's back. I'm just going to type.
Oh, apparently today is League of Legends Season 3 World Championship group stage. Because just re-logged into Twitch and it's like listening to that, which no thank you. I love Riot Games. Those guys are totally cool guys, but
League of Legends. I mean, okay, look, guys, some of you probably out of 130 of you in here right now, some of you probably are League of Legends fans. I just don't get MOBAs. I don't get the excitement of MOBAs. I don't. I actually detest watching them, and I tried Dota 2. I hated Dota when it was a mod for, what was it, Warcraft 3, right? Dota came out for Warcraft 3 or something?
League of Legends was a mod for Warcraft.
Was it? Which one was first? I don't know. Like,
Dota's Valve.
Okay, so they made that based off the mod, right? Because it's still like a MOBA, right? It's still like a bunch of NPCs that fight each other and then you scream for them. Is that the case?
Pretty much.
Right. So I just think it's boring as hell. I'm sorry. I just can't bring myself to watching it. I know I'm just thrashing at League of Legends, but and Dota and MOBAs in general, but I just find them insanely boring. So if you love it, that's awesome for you. I just can't bring myself to actually watch it.
And this is me slouching more and more and more in my chair as it goes on. Waiting.
Pings are looking okay.
I have to say, if some of these guys are in Russia, those are great pings.
Yeah. So NLG is waiting for 2 more people to come on. Maximum damage, it has everybody. Can, Kaku, Evilbot, Vol, Zvrog, and Math. We got Simba, Polly, Griff, and Ben on NLG. Waiting on the other ones for Jambi. So guys, I just wanted, if you're new and you don't know what this map is, I'm just going to put it on full screen right now and bring up the map. So the map here has, this is a 5 tech point map. You got Pipeworks, you got Electrical Core, you got Docking Bay, Waste Recycling, and the center one, which is Gravity. If you don't know, these little circles on the map right here that I'm circling, right here, these are resource nodes. So each team has to capture and put a harvester or an extractor on these resource nodes to get resources for their team, and the teams can spend those resources on a plethora of things, such as weapons and upgrades and traits and all that stuff. The commander can use the team resources to drop structures, research upgrades, research abilities for their team members. Natural Selection 2 is a blend of RTS and FPS gameplay where each side has a commander. It's Marines versus aliens. The commander gets a top-down StarCraft type view, and the players are fighting in first-person view. So commanders on each team can do cool stuff, like on the aliens, they can macro-manage a drifter unit, which has a bunch of abilities. They can drop bone walls on their infestation to block Marine shots and movement. On the Marine side, the Marine commander can drop health packs, catalyst packs, all this support. They can drop weapons and exosuits, jetpacks for their Marines. They also drop structures and research upgrades as well. So very, very fun game, and I find it extremely exciting. What do you think of Jambi? Do you like Jambi as a competitive map, Wasabi?
I like parts of Jambi. I feel like the north end of the map is a little OP for Alien. I feel like it's too easy for them to cap 4 res nodes if they want them. If you can block off oxygenation, which is that octagon room at the top there, or it's not an octagon, right? That's not an octagon. That's a hexagon, right?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes.
Okay. So if you can block off oxygenation and hold the Marines back from gravity that kind of push through, then I feel like you can grab from waste recycling oxygenation then to pipeworks, or from pipeworks organ donation oxygenation, and eventually waste recycling. It's a difficult one because it feels to me like the Marines have to move out a lot farther to cap res. And the aliens really only need 3 res nodes to be in a secure spot and then apply aggression, whereas the Marines need like 4 to really start feeling like they can push hard.
I find, and that's interesting because I find that Jambi is a little bit easier to trap aliens in.
Well, right, and that's the counterpart. If you can break that barricade at oxygenation and push in, you could cut them off and force them to the left side of the map, which is way not as strong.
Yeah, and we've seen like really strong phase gate positions, like the one in Skylights. If you got one if they started in Pipeworks and you got a phase gate in Skylights and you got a phase gate in X or Oxy, I mean, these aliens aren't going anywhere. Like they are just going to be jam-packed in Pipeworks, fighting for their lives to expand out. And if you got really good Marines, with really good tracking, really good shots, I mean, it's almost impossible for aliens to get out of there. And I've seen that happen, which sucks. Like when you see it happening and then you see it established, you're just like, oh crap. You can't sis past Oxy, you can't sis past Organ. You got constant pressure on both sides, and you're just locked in there. All right, guys, almost 150 of you in here right now. We're about to start round 3.
Did we make enough for a raffle cast?
No, we did not.
What did you set it to?
The new raffle cast goal is 200.
What? Come on, Red Dog.
What? It's
Red Dog.
Do you know what my first raffle cast goal was? No, hold on.
Like 10.
Red Dog. It was 20, yes.
Red Dog.
20 was my first raffle.
It was 125 a couple days ago.
Yes.
You go and get front page, and now you're 200. Come on. This isn't Titus versus, Sonovan here.
It doesn't matter.
It matters.
It doesn't matter. I'm not taking anything away. It's NS2.
How many goats have you given away lately instead of games?
Hey, you know what? Anyone can watch any raffle cast. Because I know a lot of people are like, oh, it's rigged, no games get out. But actually, if you go to my YouTube channel, there is a playlist called Red Dog's Rafflecast, and all the rafflecasts are actually on there, and you can see what games have been given out and won. There has been some really cool games. Just yesterday, we gave away Civilization 5, 3 copies of NS2, Sleeping Dogs, and Amnesia. So we gave away a ton of games yesterday. To some lucky winners, and I've rearranged all the games for the next round, and got some really cool donations yesterday, some top tier donation games yesterday, which is basically on the same line as Civ 5, and Yeah, some pretty cool
Well,
$40,
you know,
$50
I'm
games.
just gonna put it out there. You know, you wait for 200, but state of the game, we give it every week. Every week, whether it's 10 people, 100 people, 600 people.
I'm just gonna tell you right now that as we've been talking about it, we went from 135 to almost 151 right now. So this could happen.
You know, I've totally baited you a couple times, and when you're only like 3 or 4 away, I'll open up every browser on all my computers at the house and log in. Or you don't even have to log in; you just open the browser and it just has another viewer. So
Awesome.
I'm like, haha, he's gonna have to do a Rafflecast now.
That's awesome. All right.
So if you're watching right now, open every browser you've got. That'll teach you, Red Dog. All right, so I think we're just waiting on a couple players.
I just
It's
tweeted
fun
out a
stuff.
little bit more. Maybe we can get a little bit more. Oh, my chat went down again. Oh,
My
jeez.
chat just came back.
I feel like no one's in here. I feel like I'm just talking to you, Wasabi. Which I mean, granted, I enjoy
that
it.
sounds like you
I
were kinda
enjoy
like,
it, but
Screw that! I don't
you
want to
know.
talk to this Wasabi guy. Why did I even say I could cast with him? That's what it sounded like.
seriously, like,
When I come to Vegas, I'm not hanging out with you.
hey, by the way, while these teams are getting ready, you know who's coming to Vegas? Actually, is one of our fellow casters, Renegade26. He got a job in London, and it's an American-based company that has a London office. So congratulations to him. It sounds like a really cool job. Anyways,
Wait, N26?
Ren26.
Oh, sweet. So
Yeah.
he's coming out for some training?
Yeah, he's coming to California. He'll be in LA for 2 months of training. And then he's already called me. We've chatted. So somewhere mid-October, he's going to fly to Vegas with me and hang out for a whole weekend.
Why? Vegas is like 3.5 hours away from LA. Just drive it, baby.
What? Are you kidding me? $60 tickets, like, to go with flying, and you were there in 40 minutes?
Only
Yeah.
$60?
Southwest, baby. Web fares.
Wow.
Yeah, weekends are a little bit more, but if you get it early enough and you go to Southwest and you like Vegas to LA, I've seen Tuesday, Wednesday fares down to like $50 each way, so $100 just to get to Vegas round trip. It's way cheaper than driving. Obviously, you need transportation once you get there, so that kind of might offset it. But
See, if I came to Vegas, though, you wouldn't want to hang out with me because I'd be like, let's go see Wayne Newton.
oh god, I could show you his house. Like
I don't need to see his house. I want to go see him
his
at
house
concert.
his house is pretty cool. And I actually got to go on a tour of it as a kid because like one of our teachers at my school was his knew
Was
him.
a Waniac?
Well, yeah,
She
knew
was a
him.
Waniac,
Like she
right?
actually did a side job for him in the house or something, like property management or something.
Yes, she did.
So like she took the whole, like, I think it was a 6th grade class, and we actually spent the day at Wayne Newton's house, and we were playing, pool day and barbecue and all that stuff. So it was that's what kids in Vegas do. Growing up, you just go hang out at Wayne's, hang out at the pool, ride his horses, pet his
Whoa.
wait, whoa. I almost said pet his peacock, but then I was like, that sounds really bad.
Bad enough. At the Peacock is just going to be the extreme there. Man. Worried about Red Dog, guys.
Oh,
More
man.
and more I get to know this guy. I'm really worried about him. Well, that's awesome for Ren, and congratulations, Ren, on the new job. And
Yeah.
have fun in LA. It's an absolute blast. Go to Venice Beach and just let your jaw hit the ground at all the weird people.
Yeah. It was, yeah, exactly.
When did you say he's going to be in LA? Because I got to go down to LA.
He's actually coming this weekend. Like, this weekend is like I think he's flying. He's already here, actually. Because he said he was going to get here, Saturday, so yesterday.
2 months. That's crazy.
Yeah, 2 months of training. It's a really good gig. Obviously it's training, so they fly him over here. It's all on the company, so he's basically gonna, stay in LA for free, food, transportation, everything, while pocketing his salary the entire time, which is being paid in pounds.
Oh, even better.
So yeah, he's got a really good gig, and then he goes back to London. I'm going back to London at the end of this month, at the end of this year for Christmas, and so I'll probably see him there when I'm there. And anyone else, any other NS tours that are in London that want to meet up at a pub, I'll be totally down for that. It'll be a lot of fun.
And then Red Dog, when are we doing the land fest at your house?
The land. That would probably bring on a divorce.
I would love to hear that.
Like, hey, honey.
That discussion with your wife. So, honey, just so you know, I've got some friends coming over this weekend. Oh, okay. Yeah, there's like 30 of them.
Yeah, I've never met them in person.
I've never met them. It's all internet people.
Yeah.
That's cool, right?
One way down Divorce Street. So what are we waiting on here? We've been like...
Just so you know, divorce really isn't so bad. I mean, it only cost me $60,000. So...
Oh my god, you know what, Zombie? We are the kings of filler right now, because what the hell is going on?
I have no idea.
I have not... Why are we even... What the hell? Like, I'm gonna just type. So...
This is Division 3, by the way. This is like what we always wait for in Division 3. The longest gaps between maps. Seriously.
I don't know what they do. I seriously don't know what they do. They're just kind of...
I think it's honestly smoking habits.
Okay.
I'll bet you EvilBot is out there and he's like smoking an entire pack of cigarettes before he comes back in.
2% pre-caching for an MD member. I'm just going to tweet again. Might as well.
Like the guys from
Just keep
Archaea when we
tweeting.
were in Germany, between each round, like they'd have to go outside and like literally like drag an entire cigarette in 2 minutes. And you're like, whoa, guys. Whoa. It says chat room is back, but apparently nobody else is back.
No
so.
one's back. Like, it's just ridiculous. Like, I got one test thing from Danjo, but that was a while ago. So, chat is all screwed, guys, as you know. So, if you're typing and it's going through on your end, I can tell you right now. Well, actually, you can see on my screen that
It literally came
it's
back
happened.
as I said that.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys can see on my screen here on the right side how much chat is actually getting through to me, which is basically nothing. We're asking for the ETA right now on the 6th. You know, I'm really glad you're here, Wasabi, because at the end of the day, if you weren't here, I would have to done all this filler by myself, and I seriously don't know how I would have done that.
We probably would have heard a little bit of annoyance attitude coming out of you, right, by now?
Yeah, it's like, come on.
I mean, technically the rule states there shouldn't be more than like a 15-minute break between each round. And I believe we've exceeded that. So, you know, at this point, they do need to kind of get in here. And, you know, of course, it typically only matters when it's being casted because obviously we're sitting here and you have viewers at home watching. But as the other team goes too, you know, Next Level Gaming, they're like, come on, you know, we're ready to play. Where are you guys? 7%.
Wasn't it 2%?
Yeah.
Like just a little bit ago? All right, guys. So if you don't know, I'm just gonna go over this again. Welcome. If you don't know what this game is, I'm gonna let Wasabi tell you.
What?
Because I've said it 3 times.
This is Natural Selection 2, the perfect hybrid between real-time strategy and first-person shooter. Every team has a commander who does a top-down StarCraft-like view of the entire map. He builds, researches, expands his empire across this map, but when you're telling people to build stuff, it's not AI on the field, folks. It's real players in a first-person scenario. The catch here is you've got to work like a team to spread out, dominate, upgrade, and destroy, because that's what this game is all about. Blood, guts, and glory.
Beautiful. That was beautiful. Was that rehearsed?
I've only said that about 4 billion times at PAX.
Oh, man. Yeah, I had to work on my spiel at PAX. Like, at first, like, the first guy that asked, like, what's this game about, I totally, like, was like, oh, yeah, it's this and this and this. Like, but towards the end, like, they were like, what's this
And
game
they're
about?
here.
I'm like, Aliens versus Marines.
I I'm sure it had nothing to do with what we'd been doing the night before.
Yeah.
either.
It's just like, let's get aliens versus Marines. Oh, really? What's different about it? They kill each other. All right.
I was totally watching Aliens last night too.
Yeah.
You know how satisfying it is to watch that movie like once every couple of years.
Oh, it's great. It's kind of like watching the Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Yeah.
It's just one and Spaceballs.
On that, did you see the new trailer that someone cut to make Monty Python the Holy Grail like an action movie?
No.
Oh my god, YouTube it.
Okay.
Monty Python action trailer.
Okay, I'll do that.
It will crack up. It makes you want to go watch the movie right now.
There's two movies that I always come back to watch. Always is obviously Spaceballs and Monty Python and the Holy Grail. I just watch those consistently.
Could you believe
All
that
the time.
Hugh doesn't think that Spaceballs is funny?
What?
Yeah, he's like, this is child's play. This is just what?
I mean, just when Rick Moranis comes out in a Darth Vader suit with the little tie,
Yeah.
I mean, like, that just kills me every time with that little tiny tie. Yeah.
God, I can't breathe in this thing.
It's just so great. Like, there's so many good lines in that movie. So many great lines.
It's as big as mine.
Prepare to fast forward inside. Oh, God, it's great.
So,
All right.
and jammed. It's raspberry.
Lone Star. Oh man, we could go on forever with it. Oh, here we go. We're going. Oh my God, we're going. Yay! 150 of you in here.
Here too.
Next level gaming versus maximum damage round 3. I told you it's gonna start. Wasn't lying. Maximum damage here. Aliens in Pipeworks. NLG down in Docking Bay as Marines.
All right, so it looks like it's going to be a 4-1 push.
Quite interesting.
Immediately going down here towards supply lines where there's 2 Marines,
Oh,
There
I
are-
swear to God.
2 in gravity as well.
I did not just wait a frickin' hour between a match for a frickin' base rush.
Oh, somebody's bitter. Somebody's bitter.
All right, Polly and Nuke building up supply lines. Vol, Kaku, Ken, and Matt all coming after them right now.
Smart play. Smart play. You know, getting Vol to pull the other guy away. Even if he hadn't pulled the guy away, he would have gotten from behind, which would have been really strong for them. The catch here is the commander has yet to drop any res.
Yeah, and now we're seeing Griff.
He hasn't even researched an upgrade. What is he doing?
Interesting. He's just sitting on
Tactic Elite. And there finally goes organ donation.
Yeah, Griff and Jay have pushed all the way into Oxy. Vol hot on their heels, and it looks like they're gonna take this. They're really extended right now.
Well, and this is smart because if they can even just hold this extractor for, a minute and a half, it pays for itself and denies them an expansion res.
Yeah. We're seeing that Nuke and Pauly down in supply lines waiting for that redrop there. In repairs, we got 2%. Why is Alpha engaging Ben? Just... Okay. Still, Wait, and he leaves! He's leaving! What, did he forget?
Oh.
What? Oh, wait, he remembered. Oh, no, That is probably a number 3 on a Red Dogs roundup. That was
Always pay attention to how much damage you do on a structure.
Oh.
And this is where the communication comes in again. If you're communicating, you are telling your team it's at 2%. So if you die, someone knows to go right in there and chip it.
And just blow on it. Griff and JJ, they built that RT in Oxy. That went up. Math and Alpha is on this RT here. Nuke is coming around the corner.
And Nuke's out of bullets. He's going to go down. Medpac's coming in to support, but it's just not going to help. And now a 2-man pressure team into the Hive, who has finally researched shift, but not a single spur has been dropped.
Structure and waypoint.
This might be really dangerous for maximum damage. You got 2 Marines this early in the game. If they're really good shots, they can really ruin just your entire flow.
Well, this is where the aliens can pull it back. You've got a Skulk coming all the way back to base, which you don't even really need. You should have been hitting the res and oxygenation so your commander could be spreading infestation already. You're easily going to clean up Marines this early in the hive. Even if you get egg lock, you can come back and hit 2 Marines, no problem. And the benefit is you would have already had oxygenation down. You would have been able to start hitting the res because they'd be forced all the way back and have no forward momentum. Again, it's communication. You've got to be calling this stuff better. And you got to be knowing never commit more than 3 people unless you absolutely have to.
I was just about to mention, yeah, they basically overcommitted that defense there, pulled almost everyone back. I mean, for just 2 Marines, I wouldn't have done that. Lose a lot of momentum around the map if you do that. Paulie and Nuke building up electrical core. We're seeing a fight happening over in waste recycling where Ben ends up going down.
And down in Docky Bay, the commander's only on 1 IP, and he has an arms lab, which is Research Armor 1. There is no OBS in this base.
You can see this. They've really capped like the rest of the map here. NLG playing a very, very strong Marine game right now. Maximum damage. Looks like they are really behind right now in just terms of map control, you know, and tech. Do you have a lurk out on the field?
Lurk's going to clean this up.
Yep.
And that's going to help. They need to get back in here in oxygenation and save oxygenation. Jay takes the final shot, takes down Kakadaf, and now this Harvester's in big trouble here in oxygenation. They really need someone to be scouting Marine Start too, because I think if they realized that there had been no OBS until just now, that they could have done amazing base pressure to pull all the Marines back.
Oh, JJ team kills Griff with a pistol as Griff walked right in front of him during that engagement there in Oxy.
Yeah, for those of you that don't know, in Season 3 of the NSL, friendly fire damage is turned on, so it does 33% of its normal damage to, I believe, structures and friends, right? Or is it just friends?
I believe it's just friends. I believe. I'd have to double check that because I've actually never even thought about the structures. But Kaku here in Baywing taking down this resource tower, 74%. We also got Vol doing the same thing in waste recycling. Down over in supply lines, we got Jay up against Alpha, who escaped down into the vents. And we're seeing now that Kaku gets knocked off this RT. Here comes Math around the corner as the lurk. Fighting here in Baywing. Grip taking down Vol. Oh, and Math gets out of there with just 60 life. Moves over to Can as Griff and Paulie punch into waste recycling. They're going to try to cut off Can around the corner. Oh!
Where the hell did he just go?
Can fell.
Did he suicide?
He belly slid into nothingness. He belly slid.
Oh my.
Oh, that is hilarious. Oh boy, Polly and Griff now outside Oxy.
So they're working on res. They got infestation spread up to waste recycling. They've got some Marines and oxygenation. They can clear these guys. They're still at armor 1, which is making it just slightly difficult. They're trying to get a phase gate up in here, crushing it now, and it looks like they're going to get that phase gate before it can be recycled. That's a good move. That's a good move. Now they need to really start pressuring the res. There's no Marines anywhere nearby yet, so it's like hit the res right now.
Yeah, I think killing the power there in Oxy is really going to delay anything being put back up in there. Organ donation that they just resisted there, saving that. No, the Harvester is actually still dying, so that infestation needs to go pretty quickly. There goes a phase gate up in Skylights. Math coming around a corner and seeing that. He's got to call the rest of MD before this phase gate goes up.
Phase gate goes up, the power's finished.
Oh, they're going to need to get on
And
here.
it's going to go down, and they're going to try to get on it as quickly as they can. Is there anybody in position to use it? Simba's coming through, 2 Marines spawning in, but not coming through the gate. They're just now coming through.
Where's the rest of maximum damage? Come on!
And where's the Drifter? The commander should have a Drifter over here by now.
Oh.
The Drifter's desperately trying to get by. They're cleaning these Marines up one by one, but now they're out of skulks. And the gate down to 43%,
Wow.
and filled up by Paulie.
Nice save. Nice save. I don't think it was that wasn't a very good execution by Maximum Damage. I think they got to the party too little too late, and now they're right outside in the vents trying to go up against this again, but in Oxy, 2 Marines are building up the power, and they're going to build up the phase gate there again, and this is what I was talking about before the game. Phase gate and Skylights, phase gate and Oxy. That's a strong position for a Pipeworks start.
Yeah, the biggest issue here is, you know, the pressure was happening in Oxy at the same time. And honestly, I would have given up the Harvester to take down this phase gate any day of the week. You'd have time to rebuild that Harvester. Getting this phase gate down would have been so much more important.
You want to look over at repairs, by the way? That same RT is still at 2%. Oh my god, he just got it now!
Wasn't it Alpha that was
It was Alpha!
originally?
But Can was around the corner on the bottom of that room just staring at it.
And you know what? I think Can is waiting for a positional Gorge Tunnel. I think they're going to actually go for a base rush here. Hey, it's going to be a Bile Bomb base rush because he's getting Gorge upgrades right now, and he is going to wait this out.
Yep, he's going to need Gorge upgrades to finish, then get the Biomass really quick. Maximum damage.
We've already got Biomass to 2. Does it need to be 3?
It needs to be 3, yeah.
So he's got to get that Hive up.
Yeah, 1 will give you the Babblers, 2 is Shadow Step for Fades, and 3 is Bile Bomb for Gorges. Plus,
and there they go, and they tap that Harvester in Organ Donation, and now that goes down, putting them to 2. Again, Oxygenation wide open. They cleared that up, but nothing dropped. Trifecta of Phase Gates now blocking off up by Baywing.
Math just getting out of there as they come through Skylights. Yep, and he's got the Baywing RT. So now they pressure on all sides of the map right now. I mean, Fades out on the field, Kaku and Vol. Let's see if they do any sort of difference here up against these Marines.
Well, the Fades are out. I mean, the Fades are going to do some damage, but they're Fades without upgrades because they're getting them as quickly as they can. And against, 1-2, that's not very good odds for them because that's an extra swipe.
Oh, there's a Gorge Tunnel that went down in repairs in the corner.
Yep.
So they may try to do just one big push.
I think they will. But the problem is, like you said, they've got to get that Hive up for the 3rd Biomass. And, to get the Bile Bomb going.
Well, they can research. They still got 1 more research on their main hive for 30. So they can research it if they can get 30 T-res. They can research that last Biomass at their only hive. Seeing these 3 Fades here in Waste Recycling. Kaku taking down Nuke, and Griff looks like he's going to go down, doing a little bit of damage here. Wow, it's taking him forever to take Griff down.
Yeah, they're not being aggressive enough. I mean, you saw him go take 1 swipe and then run away. At this point, because their weapons is only at number 1, they have the ability to go 2 swipes before they do it. Okay, so you just spend the 30 res on Biomass 3. Yep. The Gorge Tunnel is connected, and I think that's exactly what we're seeing. Oh, and he put down a shade, so it's completely hidden.
Yeah, and you can see Can as that Gorge. So what, we're going to have 3 Fades, a Gorge, and a Lurk, so they're definitely going to do something here. But the thing is here is that NLG, when this happens, NLG is going to have to make a decision whether they just want to go right into Pipeworks.
They've got to go. What they've got to do is they've got to go right for the chair. And here we go. They're pushing through the tunnel. Yep. They've got to go for the chair. Nothing else, because he can already beacon, and they can already run back through the phase gate. So you've got to use the chair. Go for the chair, and that's not what they're going to do. You can't put 3 Fades on an OBS and expect.
Oh no, that was a bad decision because the phase gate is right there, and all of them are going to come through. One of these Fades may get caught.
And why is there nobody in position then to hit the phase gate on the other side?
That was pointless because because they got such a strong economy, they're just going to rebuild that. What was that? Like, why did the Fades go without any other support? If they're going to do an all-in like that, do an all-in properly. See, now big fight happening here in Organ Donation as these guys try to come through. Nanotech has started. Weapons 2 has started.
Gorge is going around the other way. Can is coming back. Did they rebuild the obs and base? They did.
Yep. Can now doing a little RT harassing there in the pub RT, but I mean this is a strong phase gate position. They recycled the one in Skylights, relocated it to Oregon, which is definitely a huge offensive phase gate. It's going to be so hard for maximum damage now on one harvester to be able to do anything on this map other than use this Gorge Tunnel to rush their base. If they can catch NLG out of position...
Here's the thing. If the fades go down, they need to go all skulk with that Gorge and just hit that chair. Because there's infestation all over the place, and Marines are out of position. That right now, it's oxygenation, organ donation, phase gates. The aliens are in a good position here to really take away the momentum. I'd actually like to see, you know, maybe some whip play to get some of these RTs down to help them focus.
I mean, yeah, and everything's blinking all over the map because of all their infestation. This is kind of good, you know. It kind of gives the Marines like, oh, hey, we gotta, you know, clear that or whatever. Kind of, it's almost like more of a psychological thing. The infestation isn't doing much to those structures, but just seeing all the red blinking kind of throws you off a bit. Advanced Armory now. Almost up. They're cutting the sys chain all over the
Weapons
place.
3 going.
Oh, boy.
So they're really trying to ramp up that that pressure as much as possible. Now, look at this. The Fade should have called. Hey, I'm the only one here. Get in here and biobomb this phase gate.
Yeah.
The Fade could just sit there and make it a feed gate. Now you've got everybody here. This is what you need to do. Sacrifice the Gorge. They got an obs up as well. The phase gate went down to 2%. Finally goes down. Now you got a little bit of momentum here.
I think at this point, Jesus, just get everyone together, start pile bombing like crazy in their base. But what's really great is I like the positioning here because obviously, you know, the observatory and the phase gate are well away from each other in terms of placement in NLG's base. So you can't, you know, you're going to have to decide which one you want to kind of focus down first.
They're at 1 RT as well, so they're really starving for res themselves. And that is the Fade. Yep.
There goes Kaku down. Shotgun blast to the face by Pauly.
Way overcommitted. Way overcommitted. And he, you know, ran out of energy. It's so easy to run out of energy as Fade. Math is working down here in repairs on the RT. He's going to just start going around the backside of the map as the Marines are totally only focused on keeping these phase gates up right now, which is something we see a lot from Marine teams.
I mean, at this point, they need to make sure they don't lose any other fades right now. They're really down on harvesters. The only thing I can see work at this point is if they commit all in, you know, all into a base rush. I mean, obviously, NLG can drop electrical core blueprint to kind of save themselves, but they're fighting a game that's just going downhill towards them. You know,
so Math has gone Gorge. He's through the tunnel.
It's kind of chilling.
I don't quite know what he's doing. I mean, I would have taken out Baywing and stuff first. Get them low on res so that you know that if he's med packing and stuff like that, that they're always low. And it looks like they're going to group up for a base hit here, but
with what? I mean, they got Alpha and Math, and
they need skulks. I mean, they need that high damage output.
Yeah.
And they need a drifter in place. The commander needs to grow a drifter here too, so that if they can rush in and just hit
just go.
The chair. You know, the chair is wide open. You can really do some serious damage on the chair here.
2 Gorges now. Now, what are they going to do? Are they going to just let the Gorges go alone and continue trying to attack Oregon, or force a beacon, force a phase gate so they can take out Oregon, which, by the way, got, you know, reestablished so easily? I think they need to go for broke right now. Alpha almost down.
And Griff is in here in repairs.
Oh.
You know, again, he doesn't know that the tunnel's here.
Yep, and no scan has been put down in this room. 1 scan will ruin this entire strategy.
Well, at this point, they haven't even maximized on the strategy.
Yeah, I know. Like this has been in place for quite a bit. Whether it'll work or not, I have no clue. I mean, you got now sentries going up in Oxy, sentries going up in Oregon. It's going to make it that much harder for MD to break that. I don't know what they're doing with this course. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Everyone's going. Everyone's going. This is it. This is it. This is it. This is it. And they got to go now. They got to go now. They got to go now.
Are they going to hit the power or are they going to hit the chair? They need to just hit the chair. The Marines are completely out of place.
Yep. They're
not by any other tech point. And
here they go.
Oh, but there's Griff. Griff is in base building the proto. They need to stop. No, they're not.
No!
They've been
Oh, no!
Oh,
no! This is going to be bad.
They're all over the chair. The
Georges
bob's
are
going
the
down.
chairs.
70%,
Yeah.
60%. They were all over the place. They lost the fade. They still don't know about the the tunnel though. So now if all those skulks can run through, if all of them can run through at 55%, they can. No, they shouldn't have GG.
Yeah, they could have done one more.
Tunnel. Why would you GG?
They could have done one more. That was horrible timing.
I'm
horrible
telling you, they
timing.
could have done it.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, that is over. Next Level Gaming wins that, and we move into the next round.
2-1 territory. I mean, like we said, well played by the Marines to pressure the right places. Constantly keeping pressure at oxygenation, and where it really all turned was getting up that phase gate and skylights, because that allowed them to, really get the pressure up at organ donation, eventually moving the phase gate into organ donation, grabbing another phase gate and oxygenation, kind of a trifecta of death. The aliens failed to maximize on taking down res. That res node in repairs sat at 2% for over 6 minutes.
I know. That was hilarious. I'm gonna watch the replay and look at between when he left it to when he came back and actually killed it.
If that's not a Red Dog roundup, I don't know.
Oh, that's gonna make it into like at least number 3, because that was too funny. And the belly slide gorge into nothingness was pretty funny too. I think I'm gonna combine those two into number 3 since it was the same game. He was right over Coolant, and he was just like, woo!
All right, so it does look like Evil Bot has disappeared again. So
Awesome.
we will wait for him to reconnect.
So 2-1 here. As we saw in that match, maximum damage. Their little gorge tunnel rush into the main base, that was their Hail Mary, got thwarted by Griff building a prototype lab in the main base. I think if Griff wasn't there, I think they would have had a little bit more of a chance, but you saw right when they turned the corner and Griff started shooting, he called it, and all of NLG came through that phase gate. Like, it was just boom, and everyone was there, and obviously it just wasn't a good day. But yeah, I think I agree with what you said. All those skulks just respawned.
They should have turned right back around and just run through the gate, held for just a minute, and just gone for it.
And just gone for it. I mean, I think it was down to 60%, and all of them went right back because they thought they were going to get countered. So all of them phased right back. So I don't know. I think that could have ended a little bit differently, but hell, I know the teams watch these replays and learn. So maybe they'll do that next time. Here we go! Oh my God!
I think it does come down to, just like you said, and we've talked about it over and over again today, communication. It is really the key to taking the team to another level.
Yeah. And here we go. Next Level Gaming. Starting as aliens this time on this last round, and maximum damage down as Marines. Doing a 3-1 with one build and maximum damage. 4 of them on the right side of the map. with one over, Nuke over in the pub. Kaku and Can building up in there.
I'll tell you what, if I was next level, I would say go for it.
I'd go for the rush. Well, two are now coming into the main base.
Commander's now going back in. He spent 20 res on that second IP. Evilbot able to take down one, take down two, and saves the day. Oh, man, because that second IP was only built to 35 and was 55% health, which means they could have taken that out, stopping a 20 res cost. Man.
That was really close. Kaku and Can now in supply lines. Building up this these blueprints over there. Math pushing forward a little bit into trash ejection from repairs, backed up by Vol. Paulie on the left side. Jay behind there. They're going to meet. Not a good day for Jay. As MD pushes all the way into Bay Wings, clearing out that cis chain, making the infestation recede.
See, there's no reason why he should have gone to Baywing for res. It's way too exposed and easy for the Marines to hit. He should have spread all the way over to Pipeworks. And he's just now doing that, and it's not been scouted, you know? So it's like, you gotta have people on this map. You gotta have an idea of what's happening in that room before you invest anything.
Yeah. Nuke and Ben now moving into electrical core, 97% on that RT as they try to work that down. But Kaku and Can have moved all the way into Pipeworks.
And they've taken out every Marine extractor that they've placed. Right now, the Marines are sitting on just base.
Yeah.
And they've gone for phase tech.
They spent most of their money there. If they keep losing these RTs around the map, then it's going to be really hard for them to spend money on anything else other than rebuilding. You can see the map right now. They've lost 3 up to this point. Just 2 minutes into this game. Wow, most of NLG taking on these Marines in Oxy.
Yeah, and the bad thing there was because they had taken out all that res, those Marines were going to be waiting there for a good minute and a half, 2 minutes to get the res to drop a phase gate.
Yep.
So the aliens responded very well, and I'm hoping that that was because of the communication. I know today's word of the day is communication.
Evilbot and Bull in Baywing up against JJ. And we see down on the other side, Can and Math moving up from supply lines into electrical core. Now, here's the thing, they went fast phase gates, but they don't have the economy to really support it.
Correct.
So.
I mean, he should have noticed how quickly his extractors were going down.
Yeah.
And probably made a different decision there. But he'd already invested in the OBS, which is why I think they got stuck doing it.
Yeah. I mean, they just dropped another RT there in electrical core. That's going to bring them up to 4, which is pretty decent right now if they can actually hold them. Griff and Nuke cleaning out those 2 Marines here in X. And we're seeing that Math and Can are moving in through skylights, meaning Nuke around the corner, Ben underneath in the vents. It looks like these guys are going to get pinched because there's a drifter there in Oregon.
They're going to go for res, which I think is a better move. I think going to supply lines and electrical core at this point is a better move. The aliens are about to grab their 4th harvester. The Marines have got a long ways to travel to get up to Pipeworks. They're waiting for a phase gate. It looks like they're going to go for it in organ donation. But if they can stop this res flow, the phase gate doesn't really mean much because it means no armor, no weapons upgrades for these Marines to really protect it.
Math and Can building up in Oregon. We're seeing 99% on that, 95% on that power. The supply lines RT just went down, and the electrical core one is in trouble as well. 2 Marines, Evilbot and Kaku in waste recycling. Yeah, cleaned out pretty quickly. Kaku the only one left. I thought those upgrades were going to be in trouble. One was down to 50%.
She's going for the phase gate in Pipeworks.
Oh boy.
That is a tough room to hold. Especially in this low upgrade game, you want the tight room like organ donation where you can really just pinch those sculpts. This big open room here with so much geometry to move around on and bounce off of.
Yeah,
it's going to make it difficult, especially with the lurk up now. Oh, man.
They're coming in, taking some pot shots. Here we go with the rest of NLG coming in here. You guys are seeing this mess from Matt's point of view as he goes down to JJ. And there we go. There goes the phase gate strategy there. Maximum damage really taking it hard against NLG. Kaku and Vol now moving into the center of the map into gravity. Looks like they're going to try to get this as a extractor. Nuke coming around the corner as that lurk, taking little pot shots there with his spikes. He's going to back up to heal. Math and Can coming in through offloads. On the other side, EvilBot coming in through electrical core.
So the Marines have banked 148 res total and lost 6 extractors for 60 of that res. I mean, wow, they're just being really put on their back foot constantly.
Oh my god. NLG, really good pack play right now, and doing a double lurk play. Ben and Nuke as the 2 lurks, taking advantage of these non-upgraded Marines. I think they definitely know it.
Yeah, and that's the only reason why you would go for the double lurks, is to just get that little bit of extra edge on these unupgraded Marines and give that pressure you need to really just seal the deal.
Destroy. I mean, these 2 lurks just destroyed those 2 Marines in Oregon. EvilBot coming around the corner. He's just going to hide a little bit and wait.
Down to 10 res, 4 extractors up. They're losing repairs again. They've lost, you know, gravity. They've got to get some kills here. Volz is on like 1% health. Finally goes down. Can Kakadef get the kill? He does with the pistol. Jay is probably pretty pissed about that.
Let's just look at the map right now. I mean, we're seeing that 7 extractors lost for maximum damage, just 1 for next level gaming. We're seeing in Team Resources 209 to 173 going to maximum damage. Team Kills, though, pretty even.
And I think they're finally in a position to get this phase gate up in skylights. And this is when the team needs to turn around and just say, okay, hit the res again, hit the res again, hit the res again.
Yeah.
They've got Armor 1 finally going, but the commander's really low on resources, which means he's not going to be dropping med packs.
Phase gate is up, but they still need to build the power in that room.
No, Skulk, Polly, go back to repairs. Come on. There you go.
These guys are going to get cleaned up in Oregon, and we see repairs. Yep, you said Paulie fighting down that RT.
Oh, Nuke's low. Nuke had to get out of there. Whip being placed here in offload. That's going to help a little bit to protect. In Oregon Donation, be able to protect a little bit.
Oh,
but doesn't even get a
doesn't
single.
even get to root.
Doesn't even get to root. Oh, and that's unfortunate. They do save repair down to 27%.
Oh, Can almost catching Griff in the vents. Griff blinking back in, missing a swipe from Can. So we have 1 lurk, 2 fades.
2 unupgraded fades. I don't even think they've got their celerity or adrenaline out. They're going to lose repairs. They've capped Bay. They're probably going to cap repairs now. We've got infestation moving out everywhere. Maybe even gravity. They could drop a second hive at gravity at this point and be in a safe position.
See, now that they're all dropping back, Armor 1 was finished just a little bit ago.
1 Marine in waste. Can. Gorge is in there. Simba is doing great shots with a spit. But in comes the fade from behind and says, We're
seeing Griff blinking around the map. He looks like he's going to move. I don't know where he's going. He's actually going down into docking bay, into the Marine start. Going to take a couple shots at Can.
Pull him back. You know, I mean, it's a smart move. If you just go in and tap something, they're going to freak out and be like, oh, God, get back, get back.
Yeah.
You know, especially if the aliens have been out of position for as long as they have, they could be grouping up for a big attack.
Shotguns now halfway done. Pipeworks now has been dropped as Evil and Math are in there. No!
And this is what we talked about, communication, people. They should know that the phase gate's out there. They should have spotted it before they dropped it. He puts down a shift and then drops a hive in a room with 2 Marines just sitting there because no one
and he had a
was paying
drifter in
attention.
there.
He had a drifter.
He had a drifter in there. He could have. He totally saw the blue. I mean, why drop that? That was a bad call from NLG. They do clean out the Marines, but they lose that hive. So 40 res down the toilet. They do have enough to drop it again, but now obviously maximum damage knows that they're going for that hive. I mean, they knew that a while ago, but still, they know that they're ready to drop
They're
it.
in a tough spot right now. Maximum damage has got the phase gate up, but is only holding 2 extractors at the moment. The res flow is down to nothing, and he's buying upgrades. I mean, he's going for weapons too. He's got weapons 1 and armor 1 already, shotguns in the hands. But if they can just start chipping away at these Marines, they have no P-res, you know, after 2 deaths to do anything.
Yeah, exactly. Griff still down in docking bay. Oh no!
Jay go down in Oregon.
Was that in Oregon? Yeah.
He went down in Oregon.
There he is. There's his body. Wow, nice. There for maximum damage. You know, I have to say...
I'm saying, gravity. They need to drop the hive in gravity right now. Drop the res node. Drop the res node in repairs as well. They've got the right side of the map dead to arms. And there's no phase gate anywhere nearby, so they're going to have to run every time. It's worth it. It's totally worth putting in there, and you can already have it built.
Yeah. Yeah, because they're just not going to check there. They're looking on the left side, and they're going to move right. I like these little base harassments that
Now
they're
you got
doing.
a skulk, too.
Oh, and 2
But
skulls.
they got to refocus. Why, you know, they're hitting the phase gate. There's no one near the phase gate.
Yeah.
Just hit the IP. Takes down the skulk. The fade retreats. 1 fade left. And then what are they left with? Okay, so the phase gate's at 46%.
Yeah, that was not even a gain. However, during that, oh, they do take down the phase gate and skylights.
So Skulk was on the phase gate
Oh,
there.
no! Kaku! You're right, Kaku, he friendly fired the phase gate.
Oh my
He
god.
destroyed his own phase gate.
Trying to get the Skulk off of it?
Yeah!
Oh, so it does do damage to structures,
It
folks.
does do damage to
And now that 15 res they could have used to get armor 2 to help against the fade is now down.
That was hilarious. He was like, oh my god. Well, there's your gravity hive, by the way.
Great. And this is a good position to be in. Can is coming around. He's the only one alive. Simba's in here healing it up, but they've got to get someone over here. And Can knows there's something going on. He can hear the drifter. He's going to run right around to the hive. Now the scan goes down, but they know they're out of position. No phase gate. Can goes down right away. And they've got to decide, do we go all in for that, or what do we do? Because they're going to lose the phase gate and skylights if they go to gravity.
Yeah. Well, they're hanging on dearly to their 3 resource towers that are on right now. Gonna have to pull Math back as he tries to get Ben off this.
And it looks like they've decided not to go for gravity. The thing to know here, too, is they could run through this vent outside organ donation into X really easily and just run into gravity. It essentially cuts off half the map runtime for you.
Yeah. We saw a Skulk in docking bay taking down the phase gate in the main base down to 12% before getting shot from around the corner. The hive is now grown in gravity.
And there we go. Now you're going to see probably Carapace come online. And that's really going to help a lot of these lower life forms. The one benefit that maximum damage has going for them right now is that there is only 1 fade. But there is also an Onos. Polly is on the field as the beast itself. Shotgun's weapon 2, armor 1 means he's going to be able to kill the Marines quickly, but they're going to be able to do a significant amount of damage.
Yeah, I mean that was pretty good saving for that. I mean they basically had almost all. Look at what he's doing. He's trying to be quiet, and he's just going to surprise these guys. Oh, hello! There's an Onos in front of you.
And a great hit, and now you've already got Skulks on the phase gate with the help of the lurk. The phase gate goes down. Marines are sitting on 4 extractors. How do they have 4 extractors? Oh, they did have one in oxygenation.
Yeah, organ now is going to go down. Electrical core is going to go down. I mean, the maximum damage does not have the tech to fend against this. Armor 2 is almost coming, but they don't have jetpacks. They're going to have weapons 2, armor 2, shotguns, but they're not going to be able to chase down this Onos if the Onos is smart to get away at certain points, because we know that they're a little bit not as juggernauts as they were back in older builds.
And interestingly enough, they go for the advanced armory right now. Armor 2 is about to go online.
They're going to go for jets.
I'm guessing they're going for jets.
Yeah. They're going to definitely try to go for jets. They saw that I mean, they saw that Onos and they were like, okay.
He
need Jets.
canceled the advanced armory in
Oh.
favor of getting the phase gate.
Very interesting. There's still
I
at
actually-
35 T-Res, so I wonder what he's
think
going to spend that on.
Yeah, I think that the play for the jetpacks probably would have been the better move.
Yeah, I mean, to try to... okay. Oh, he went for weapons 3 instead.
They really want to take down that Onos.
Well, they're going to need to really play together because it's just going to take a bunch of Marines focus firing in that. And they're all ground, they're all tied to the ground, so this is just going to be really tough. I mean, they're losing now res all over the map. They're losing electrical core. Obviously, they lost, the pub. Here comes the Onos into skylights.
Not really taking much damage at all.
Yeah,
Now
very
he's getting
passive.
Onos upgrades, so Stomp could really be big right now, especially since they're all tied to the ground. Stomp once, take down 3 or 4 of them with the way that they're clumping together. And now they're all coming back to base because there was an assault on Marine start. Again, not a whole lot of damage being done.
But annoying enough that they're keeping maximum damage off of offense. Basically, they know that they just need to defend these 2 spots. MD has not been able to really push out anywhere. They're rebuilding RTs all the time. They're protecting their only skylights foothold on the map. I mean, this is just a good defense is a great offense, right? So it's like that's what NLG is doing right now. Obviously, they're out teching them like crazy as well.
Can is in the vent there. Polly on one side. I think Java is just a skull, and Can is just popping off one by one. Bone wall being used in repairs to help block against that RT that was still building. But it looks like Evilbot and Kakudaf are going to get that down.
I don't even think MD knows that there's a gravity hive. I haven't seen anyone walk in there lately.
Well, yeah, Can went in there. He knew it was
okay,
there.
okay. I was trying to just, catch these skulks here and there. Math Kitten alone in supply lines. They're losing shotguns all over the map.
And we're about a minute away from, or less, from second fades. So.
Second Onos.
And second Onos.
Yeah. We got Ben at 55.
And Onos upgrades are about to go online.
I
so
think
we
he's
could
going to
see
need... So 3 is for charge. I believe Stomp...
higher, isn't it?
Is
Like
higher.
7?
Yeah.
I don't have my notes in front of me right now.
Yeah, I'd have to remember my little graph, but yeah, it's a little bit higher. I think it's like 5 or 6.
Oh, the Red Dog is in the room. I hear the little bells.
Oh,
Red
yeah,
Dog,
they just walked in.
Little ankle biter. And this
Griffin
Onos
Polly.
is just...
Oh! Leono's Gore J! A little bit of friendly fire kill there. Pauly really low, 35%. Yeah, that's something I forget. We see a lot of team killing, and team damage from the Marines, but I totally forget that, yeah, as an Onos, you're all around a Marine and you're all meleeing like crazy. You could just accidentally gore your Fade buddy. That's right next to you.
Yeah, I mean, you could do some serious damage to him.
I know.
At that point. Can moving into oxygenation, a little bit of pressure over an organ donation as well. Marines are definitely not giving up. I don't think that they need to, with level 3-2 right now.
5 words now.
And they've got a lot of res, personal res still, but they've just dropped the hive. The Marines heard it. They're going to walk right in. And and down goes the last fade.
Yep, there's the fade down in that fight in Oxy up against Can. Pipeworks has been destroyed by Math and Vol as well as they walked in there.
But Jay is back and Marines start hitting the obs. He's the only one here, though. Should have waited for Simba as the obs goes down to 1-2%, 6%.
Oh, man.
And he gets beaconed back.
The thing is that I'm trying to extrapolate from maximum damage gameplay is I'm trying to figure out if they have a plan right now.
Well,
I don't.
We see this all the time, Red Dog. You see, and even from top teams like Godar and teams like Sonoman, we saw it. Now I think they've learned from this mistake finally. But there comes a point at the 10 or 11 minute mark when the aliens if the aliens are going to be winning, that's about when it's happening. And they just kind of go blank, and they're like, what do we do to win this? You know, and then they start going off one by one. They stop communicating a little bit. They do these little tit for tats in Marine Start where it's like one skulk in there when there's nearby structures.
I just saw a can in shipping was around the corner, and Polly just snuck past him as an Onos and then turned around, and they stared at each other for like a second before Polly was like, wait a minute. And then just ran him down. Now look at this last big push by Next Level Gaming.
Double Onos. If they can go right for, they're not going to get the ops in time.
Yeah, there goes the ops.
They need to commit. They need to commit. They need to get all over each other and just commit because they can win this.
Yep, this is
there
over.
We go.
They're
now
cleaning
they're
it
just
up.
going to keep bio-bombing, hit it. GG's going to come out here in just a second. They're going to try to spawn. Evilbot gets through. Evilbot's doing damage, but down go both IPs. Cam's going to go down, and that is game.
It is over.
So what was